What?
Well, what makes you think that he was queer?
Well, it stands to reason, doesn't it? I mean, he was found in a dunny. If you're going to pick a blue with a bloke in a pub, you don't invite him out to the loo, do you?
No, I suppose not.
I ran into that bloke I was telling you about. A bloke who's talking about going to Africa. Sounds like a great deal.
So you have to become a soldier of fortune now, eh?
Fortune's right, mate. A month's salary every week. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
So's dying.
It's never worried you before.
He's not in the army now.
No. No, I suppose the women's prison system is a far cry from the army. Still, it's not all finalised yet.
Well, Dr. Miller, is she lying or not?
It's hard to say. When did you say this attack occurred, Lizzie?
About 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I was real crook, just like the last time. Lucky I was awake. Otherwise, I reckon I'd have snuffed it.
You were awake when it came on?
Yeah. I've been real insomniacal lately. Luckily, I managed to stagger over to me locker and get one of me tablets. It was like a knife stuck in me ventricle. Your ventricle's part of your heart, you know.
I know.
Well, it was a good thing you could get to your medication in time. Can't have been a particularly severe arrest.
I thought so.
Oh, that doesn't mean to say it wasn't potentially dangerous.
I'm living on borrowed time, aren't I, Doc?
Oh, I wouldn't go so far as to say that, Lizzie. You take it easy and you'll be around for a while yet.
You know what struck me, Doc? That real helpless feeling. Supposing I hadn't been able to get one of me tablets. I got no one in the cell with me.
Yeah, that's true.
What I was thinking, if I could move in to another cell, say with Roz or Kath, they could give me a hand if I had a turn in the middle of the night.
I knew this was leading somewhere. It's all a plot to get transferred from her cell.
Oh, fair go, Miss Bennett. I'm living on borrowed time.
You may very well be right, but she does have a point. I'll talk to Mrs. Davidson about it, Lizzie.
Oh, you're a real bottler, Doc.
Now, take it easy or you'll have another attack. I'll give you these tablets to keep with you. I think you're probably well enough to return to normal duties, but if you like, you can rest up here until I see Mrs. Davidson.
Thank you, Doc.
Wipe that stupid grin off your face, Birdsworth.
Oh, well, another day, another dollar, eh? You need a lift to work, Jim?
Would you be wanting the car again? Yes, thanks, mate, I will.
Take your time, mate. I've got to get my briefcase.
All right.
Well, how did he know the man was gay?
Don't be ridiculous, Leela. Jeff doesn't know anything about it.
Why don't you let the police decide that?
It could have been anybody. It could have been me.
Oh, you're not like that.
Well, why not? I've learned unarmed combat too, you know.
I'm sure it's not the first time Jeff's done something like this.
Look, I told you last night to lay off about Jeff. I'm going to work. At least I've got some authority there.
You right, Jim?
Yes, thanks, mate.
Hello? Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, Meg. I'm sorry to worry you so early. I won't keep you. I just wanted to ask you about Jeff. Did he seem a little strange last night?
Strange? What do you mean?
Well, sort of exhilarated. Did he mention anything about the pub that he and Jim went to?
No, he was the perfect gentleman. Why?
Oh, nothing. It's just... Be careful of him, Meg.
Listen, Leela, if you've got something to say, then say it.
Well, not long after Jim and I were married, Jim and Jeff were on leave in Sydney, and we went to this RSL club one night, and Jeff got involved in this fight. Oh, I don't know how it started. Anyway, he went berserk. He nearly killed this man. Jim tried to stop him, and he attacked Jim. Anyway, the police arrived and broke it up, and afterwards, Jeff seemed strange, almost high.
Really, Jeff? Oh, you must be exaggerating.
Oh, I wish I were.
Well, thanks for the warning, Leela. But I must go. I'll be late for work.
Meg, I didn't mean to...
I'm sure you didn't. But I'm old enough to choose my own friends now. Goodbye.
Sally, could you tell me when Mrs. Davidson comes in?
Oh, she is in.
Oh, I phoned her office. There was no answer.
You probably just beat her to it. Hang on a second. I'll ring through now.
All right. Morning, Meg. Yeah, what's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. Huh. What are you doing here at this hour?
Another emergency. Lizzie this time.
Oh, is it serious?
Rather a false alarm, but I think she should be transferred to a cell with other women. She shouldn't be on her own in her condition.
Was that her suggestion?
Yes.
I thought so. I think her problem's not so much a weak heart as a lonely one.
Oh, well, that's what I diagnosed.
Excuse me, Dr. Miller. Mrs. Davidson's in her office now. She'll see you straight away.
Right.
How are the moving plans going?
Well, I've put the practice into the hands of an agent. Now it's just a matter of waiting for a buyer. Still have plenty of time up my sleeve. Be a couple of weeks yet before Karen's out of hospital.
Got a hangover, Meg?
No, fit as a fiddle.
Good. You need to be to work in this place.
Jim, can you spare a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Leela phoned me again this morning. She said something about a fight Jeff was involved in Sydney.
Look, Meg, it was nothing, believe me. Leela's led a rather sheltered existence as far as pub brawls go. She found herself in the middle of one. It's left a lasting impression on her.
Was that all there was to it? A brawl?
We'd been back from Vietnam for 2 days. There was no picnic over there. Jeff was just letting off steam, that's all. Well, fights happen when soldiers get a few beers under their belts.
And there was nothing odd about Jeff's behaviour?
No, nothing at all.
I thought it must have been something like that.
Good. Well, we better get on duty, eh? Otherwise Vera will have us both on report.
I don't know, Roz. I'm supposed to be cleaning maternity wing. All you have to do is say you've got your orders wrong. Look, I just want you to keep a lookout when I check the cells. It's all right for you. I'm trying to keep my nose clean to get remission. I've got to find that pen. And what if you don't?
I will.
Well, you better, because if you don't and you don't tell the screws, I will.
You wouldn't.
You want to try me? I'm not going to stand around and let good screws get knocked off. Besides, it'd be good for my parole. I'll find it. Just keep guard.
Who's there?
It's only me.
Why aren't you at work?
Well, when you're top dog, you can afford to take some time off. I had things to do.
Where did you get that from?
I've had it in storage for a while. I had to get it out and check it. Because in a month's time, I'll be over in Africa soaking up the sunshine and teaching a mob of blackfellas how to kill one another.
Oh, charming.
And getting paid a mint for it. Just think, if it wasn't for your apron strings, Jimmy could be over there earning 10 times what he's earning now.
I'm a bit particular about how he earns it.
Oh, don't worry, Lee. I'm not going to break up your happy little family circle. Anyway, I should be gone in a couple of days. That should make you happy.
I told you before, any friend of Jim's is welcome to stay as long as he likes. Anyway, what happened to that big deal insurance job you had?
Well, it might be a big deal to some people, but to me, it's just another job. Any beer in the fridge?
Yes.
Good.
Mrs. Davidson, but you don't fool me for a second. What are you two doing here?
Cleaning, Miss Bennett.
You know there aren't supposed to be 2 of you on this floor.
Well, maybe I got my orders wrong, Miss Bennett.
I'm sure you have. Go and check the rosters with Mrs. Maguire.
Guess what, Kath? Guess who's moving into your cell?
Who?
Me! The doc and Mrs. Davidson thought I was too crook to be on my own.
You've got it all wrong, Birdsworth.
No, I haven't. The doc said and Mrs. Davidson said I could move.
Yes, you're moving cells, all right. You're going in with Smith and O'Connell.
What?
Now get a move on, Leach. I haven't got all day. And I suggest you hurry along too, Coulson.
Wentworth Detention Centre. May I help you?
I'm going out to lunch, so I'll be back in an hour.
Just a moment, Mrs. Fletcher. He's here now.
Your wife?
Yes, Leila, what is it?
It's Jeff. He's brought a gun home and a knife.
What?
It's true. It makes me nervous to be in the house with him.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
Oh, call the police, Jim.